or the city of Nitro, West Virginia, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. We chose this for a very specific reason, because it has a really cool name, right?
Exactly.
That name dates back to the ingredient nitrocellulose was used to make gunpowder, and that dates back to World War I, where there's a major munitions plant here. And Melody will tell you a little bit more about the nickname that it earned, that it has now to this day.
Yes, the nickname of Nitro is Living Memorial to World War I.
They actually have a museum to cover some of this kind of stuff too. There's a little bit of a sad history to Nitro. There's a company called Monsanto. They got into a lot of legal trouble, so apparently they spilled a chemical into the water, or contaminated the water somehow.
Yeah, they were working on Agent Orange during the Vietnam War.
I think we all know Agent Orange is just an absolutely terrible.
Yeah, and Monsanto, they agreed to pay $9 million for cleanup of affected homes, $84 million for medical monitoring of people affected, and the community's legal fees. So it was a huge deal.
Yeah, that's just a terrible situation. I mean, obviously, you just don't think about what's being produced around you sometimes. It's innocent townspeople paying the consequences of that.
Yeah, there's a significant cancer increase in the citizens here because of all of that. So it's really sad that you're just living life and getting poisoned by something that a company is putting out there.
Yeah, you just never know what it'll be like that in the future,
Exactly.
Just, you're there where they made insulation or whatever.
Yep.
We're coming up on the Nitro Police Department here on the right as well. So down there and take a look. So it's kind of a spread out town, it seems to be, so far. It was my first time to Nitro, to be honest. I guess it is yours too, isn't it, Melody?
It is, yeah. And it looks like the 2019 estimated population was around 6,300, which isn't completely off from what it was even in the 50s and 60s. It's kind of went up and down just a couple of thousand over the years, the decades, I should say.
Yeah, so Nitro actually straddles the two counties of Kanawha and Putnam, if I'm not mistaken.
It is, yes. And this area, well, really between Nitro and Vail, is known as Chemical Valley. The government paid $80 million for a complex in Nitro to manufacture explosives and chemicals for the war effort during World War I. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money now, but especially back then.
Goodness gracious, back millions now probably. But.
Yeah. But it was on an 1,800-acre cow pasture on the Canal River. And Clark Gable actually worked there himself.
Clark Gable, man, what I got to say about that, don't you?
I think I have a feeling because I know you well.
Frankly, Melody, I don't give it. I'm not saying I promised my mom or I won't cuss her. I didn't make that promise, but I promised myself I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I love Clark Gable. I just absolutely love the man. He's like an icon.
Yeah.
Quintessential movie star.
He was a gentleman, really seemed like.
And he was a man's man, too. It's like men liked him, women liked him. Women loved him, men liked him.
It's really cool to think that he worked in this town, or city.
It really is. Well, it does seem like just a big, giant town, which I guess is what by definition would be a city, but it does seem like it looks like a lot of towns we come and see all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't really look much different than the town of Appalachia, so it's kind of wild to think that the population is so much greater.
So it's really just 10 to 12 miles, if I'm not mistaken, outside of Charleston, so it's really just a hop, skip, and a jump.
It is.
And so that's not bad at all. And it looks like Henry Marino will be getting a free ad. He's now at Walker Chevrolet. So I always like to, I don't know why I love seeing this in billboards.
It says that the town have become known for a distinctive chemical smell.
I don't think that's
that
what you want to be known for necessarily, is it?
No, but it was definitely an industrial, and you can see the plant in the distance beyond us. A lot of pollution here, a lot of pollution in the air and the water. See that nice little welcome to Nitro sign.
Yeah, we'll turn to the shopping center, and it's more of the downtown area, it looks like here, and of course there's the museum. We go back down this road, and then we'll hit the city hall and so forth. Is down this way too. I think maybe the fire station. Like I said, we're learning as we drive through here.
Yeah.
Literally for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting though. This is a neat little section.
Yeah. It's a living memorial. It's a nice little, I wouldn't say mural, I guess, but
There's a crematorium to the left. So.
yeah.
Right beside the Nitro Museum. Well, that's a beautiful church here too on the right.
Oh yeah, it is.
Stone church. United Methodist Church.
Looks like a school ahead of us here. A little playground.
Yeah. Nitro Elementary School is this, isn't it?
Yes, Nitro Elementary.
Go back this way and see what's back here. Check it out. So there's the Nitro Convention and Visitors Bureau. I should have stopped there before we got on the road. I like flying blind though, don't you? No, this to the left, you'll see is a really nice Veterans Memorial too. It's part of their past. I'm gonna jump out here and show you this.
Yes.
As we touched on before, they have a special connection to World War One.
Yeah. Yeah, the Nitro area had an American ammunition production facility during World War I. It was producing 100,000 pounds of high explosives per day. And that was also something that contributed to the pollution of the water and along with Agent Orange. So really, World War I and Vietnam kind of took a toll on this town and its citizens.
Actually, the town was named by the government. They chose the
because
name.
of the facility.
Yeah, the facility. They had to figure a name out, so they used the nitrocellulose base to come up with that. And we're grateful for that because that's about the coolest name you'll find for a town.
Yes.
Nitro.
Yeah.
Can you imagine saying I'm from Nitro, West Virginia? You brag about that all the time.
Yes. And it has little bricks here that we're walking on too that pays tribute to soldiers.
110,000 people helped to build this explosive plant, see? And that was really the beginning of Nitro's history. At one point, 1918, the town was housing 23,951 people. Can you imagine that?
Oh, yeah.
So really, Clark Gable dated back to the very beginning of this town.
And it's really neat, these old pictures it shows, and this was actually the ammunition producing facility along the river there.
Well, here's the City Hall of Nitro, and they got another little monument memorial to the town here, and the fire department, and of course the museum is just right down the road here too. So, okay, guys, we hope you enjoyed this look at Nitro, West Virginia, a living memorial to World War I.
Yes. And if you like this, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave us a comment, share it. Anything you can do to support us, we appreciate it.
Oh yeah, thank you guys so much, and we're slow on that thumb still. Anyway, we'll see you guys on down the road.